Speaking about little people, not midgets, but kids. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all heard about the young man that was killed in Boston.
13-year-old. They actually
13-year-old.
arrested somebody for it.
I think it was Tyler
Lawrence,
right? Yeah. You know, so what I'm going to just say is this, man. I need to know, like, at what point in time did it become gangster to harm women and kids, man? Like, I get the streets, right? I fully understand the streets and people that are involved in the streets, bro. I'm not judging nobody.
Can I ask a question, though? I know some of the case, but I don't know the details. Was it intended for him or was it a crossfire?
They're saying it was intentional.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
from what
I
they're
don't know
saying,
what happened at all.
From what they're saying, they believe it was intentional. But I'm not even just talking about that case. I'm talking about in general, yo.
Okay.
At a point in time back in the day, this gangster shit, there was a rule. There was no snitching and definitely no women and no
kids.
children, bro. This was a rule. And clearly there's been a culture shift at some point in time.
One more rule. No gang banging on Sundays. Shout out to my nigga Barry Bonds.
Okay, yeah, bet. So there's been a culture shift
on Sunday.
You know what I mean? And I just don't know what makes some of y'all think that harming a woman or a child or an old person makes you gangster, bro. Like, that has never been part of the rule book. It's never gonna be part of the rule book. And it's not gangster, it's monstrous, bro. It's crazy. You got young kids out here trying to go down and slide at a park and bullets are taking their heads off, bro, because you seen your op at the park and you got, you just decided to shoot at him. And then on top of that, you have no aim whatsoever. So you just let it go. And then you hitting everybody but your fucking target. You hitting the mother, you hitting the grandmother, you hitting the kids, man. What are y'all doing out here? When the fuck did this change, man? I'm not against, don't get me wrong. I've engaged in certain activities, man. And I'm not proud of it. I've never been proud of it. My story is what it is. But let me tell you something, bro. One thing that I've always prided myself on is that I don't hurt women. I don't hurt kids. I don't hurt old people, bro. If there was times for me to do something that was part of that lifestyle, I would do it. But if there was women, if there was a child there, or if there was an old person there, then guess what? You got to pass for the day because you was with your moms or you was with your kid or you was with your girl or something like that. That's how I was raised.
Right.
Like Excel said, y'all was raised by IG, I was raised by OGs. But there's been a fucking culture shift, bro. And I'm calling that shit out. You dudes out here that think it's cool with this, wherever I see you at, it's on site. I'm upping it on site. That's coward behavior, bro. That's monster behavior. That's not gangster. That shit is not gangster. You dudes shooting any fucking place, anytime you see somebody, that's not gangster. You being a terrorist, dog. Kids can't, it's monstrous, it's cowardice, and that shit needs to stop. I'm not dragging it out. I'm gonna end it with stop upping that shit everywhere you see somebody. There's fucking rules to this. There's rules to this shit. Follow the fucking rules, man. Follow the rules. That's it. We don't got to go into nothing else. That's it.
Right.
Follow the fucking rules.
Code of the street.
I have a 14-year-old son. If one of you motherfuckers ever kill my kid, bro, I'm telling you like this, all bets is off. All bets will be off.
I dig that.
You understand that shit? Don't do that shit. These kids deserve to live. These old people that made it to fucking 70, 80, let them die of natural causes.
Fact.
Y'all out here killing people, let them die of natural causes. Let these kids live their life. Leave the women, the children, and the old people out of it, man. Stop doing that shit.
Yep.
That's all I got to say on that shit. I know I went on a rant, but come on, man. This little kid got killed, and the only thing I thought of is
passionate about
that could have been my kid.
You being passionate.
And
ain't
see
nothing wrong
that
with
and what you just said, that brought me, because my cousin, Steven, in 07, he was 13, he got shot in the back because he was a bigger kid, so he looked like somebody's op. And he was walking home from playing ball, a nigga shot him in the back. And he passed away. Niggas didn't even look to see who it was. They were just like, oh, there it is. So y'all niggas is wildin'. And I grew up on the south side. I grew up on the hot block. If you know the block, the block I grew up on, you know my grandmother. My grandmother used to be outside sweeping up the street. Dead ass. She used to be outside. Cow moss. She was sweeping up the street.
I remember her.
Yep.
Oh, like I heard about the old lady in Boston, the old woman in Boston, bro, that was sitting on her porch. I'm sorry, sitting on her porch.
She's a grandmother, man.
And dudes let off, man, and you killed this old lady, man.
It was wild. I remember that story too as well.
Yep. And niggas used to tell my grandmother. I remember now. My grandmother, she was a rebel. She was defiant, but they used to tell her, "Hey, it's going down over here. You might want to get in the house." And she's like, "Oh, if God, da 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 da," but she'd be outside. But dog, y'all gotta stop with that shit. That shit is not the way.
That shit's corny. That shit's corny. It's not gangster. Real gangsters never did that, bro. Real gangsters never, ever, ever did that. You dudes watching, Godfather of Harlem. Show me one time you ever seen in a scene where Bumpy Johnson involved a child or a kid or any of that shit. You would never see it, bro.
You never see it.
No.
You will never see it. You haven't seen a scene yet. You haven't seen a scene yet where a woman or a child or old person or somebody that wasn't involved in that life was harmed, yo.
That's fact.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen it, bro. You know what I mean? So
they had a code, they stuck by it, and they lived
that's
by
it.
it.
You know, I'm not knocking dudes. I understand why there's a bunch of factors why somebody can turn to that shit and engage in that shit. There's a bunch of factors. I understand. I've been there. But yo, you dudes out here really bending and breaking the rules, man. And the saddest part is you think that it makes you gangster, and it doesn't. It makes you a fucking coward. Bottom line, it makes you a fucking coward, man. So chill, man. You ain't gotta. You don't have to up it every fucking time you see somebody. Sometimes you gotta let somebody go, man. You have to, bro. I don't care what nobody says to you. Oh, that's not gangster. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And a lot of you niggas be upping it because you can't fight.
That's a big Fendi too as well.
You can't throw
That's
your
a big
hand.
Fendi too, though.
A lot of you niggas up it because you can't fight. Words of my brother Sean Price, R.I.P. Sean Price, my big bro. Gangster rappers can't fight, so they rap about guns. A lot of you niggas up it because you can't fight for real. And then when you go to jail and you see that sign that say no weapons beyond this point, you niggas be in there shook.
You know what Walpole said when I went there? Your mother, this is not your home. Your mother does not live here.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not what you used to.
It's not what you used to, facts.
Get used to it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it'd be a different world, man. But, you know, I don't want to stress too much about that. But it really bothered me to see
grill, knuckle up.
That young man killed. You know what I'm saying?
The team, 4 dudes from the dirt with our eyes on the goal. Took coal, applied pressure, and made it a diamond throw.